Hi everyone, today we'll be looking at the McFarlane Mortal Kombat 11 Shao Kahn figure. And as you can see, he comes in the standard packaging that all McFarlane figures come in. So here's a look at the side of the packaging, just a standard logo. And of course on the back is just a stock picture of the figure. Nothing too impressive that we haven't seen. So the packaging, is collector friendly. So let's take it out of the package and see how the figure looks. So these are all the accessories the figure comes with. As you can see, not much, and I guess all the accessories went into his armor and his hammer. Unfortunately, there's no additional hands or something like that. I wish McFarlane would have made this a deluxe figure. I'll be down for $30. I think this figure should have been bigger, especially in the scale that he's making other Mortal Kombat figures in. And as you can see, this is where the figure shines in, is the sculpt. I think McFarlane did a great job on the sculpting. It's really impressive overall. I wish he would have added some additional washes or dry brushing. But I know that, he's trying to cut costs too because of the armor. So the armor added a lot of detail sculpting to it. And the thing that I noticed about the plastic is not that hard plastic, it's just a soft plastic. So we'll see over time how it warps or anything like that. So that'll be interesting to look at on this figure later in the future. But as you can see, the sculpting is really well done. Here's a closer look at his helmet. And this is his hammer. And the thing that I noticed, because of the packaging, it's gonna look like this. So I don't know if it's twisted like that in the game too. I mean, the sculpt is great. Unfortunately, it's just the bendable plastic. So over time it may shape like this. So I don't think that's gonna be an intimidating weapon. And even it has the dragon logo on it, which I thought it was a great detail to add to it. This is one of the things that I mentioned before. I wish he was a little bit bigger. I think that's something that McFarlane needs to work on their DC line too, is the scale. Because I feel that he should have been bigger. And this was probably another missed opportunity by McFarlane to sell this figure for $30 if he would have made it bigger and added a little bit of accessories to it. And let me compare it with another figure. And this is how he looks standing next to a Storm collectible figure, which I was surprised that Sub-Zero is a little bit shorter. But if you have that Shao Kahn, a Storm collectibles figure, you know how big that figure is too. But let's take a look at his articulation and see what is great about it and what is not. So to start off, he's on the regular ball joint. For the head, he does have a great range of motion looking up and down. For his shoulders, he also has it appears to have a butterfly joint, but because of the sculpt on his armor, I don't see any real range of motion in it. And he does have a ball joint shoulder joint, double elbow joint too. The standard wrist articulation from McFarlane figures, which is similar to figure arts if you have any too. And this is where the left shoulder is kind of limited. This armor piece doesn't move, it just sticks there, so it's like this is the best mobility you can get out of it, because then if you try to move it up, this shoulder piece gets stuck to the top piece. So fortunately, that's one of the things that McFarlane needs to work on for armor figures. And he does have the standard ab crunch articulation too, which I think McFarlane is getting better on the look too. Doesn't take away from the look. He also has the waist articulation. And on the legs, it's another problem too. You can't really get much range of motion on it. So if he was to throw a kick, this is probably as high as he can go. He has double knee articulation, kind of stiff. And he has the standard articulation too for a McFarlane figure. And toe articulation too, which is a nice detail. And for his articulation too on the legs, I think he's able to turn side to side. But it's really hard, especially on the sculpted waist armor that he has. It really takes away from the range of motion. So I wish in the future McFarlane will look into that and consider that too. If he's gonna add articulation, hopefully he makes it useful too. So overall, because of the price point of this figure, I do recommend it, especially if you're a big MK fan, or you don't want to spend that $200 now for the Storm collectible Shao Kahn. I think it's a great addition to your collection. I just wish it was a little bit bigger and had better range of motion, but as you can see, he looks great just standing there in your display case. So let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching.